Hi, everyone. I am so delighted to welcome you to this new conversation. Today, we're welcoming two very special people for me who are coming to us from Trinidad and Tobago. The first person is Don LaFoucade. He's an amazing, inspirational, motivational person that I have experienced for myself, and we will discover more about him. The second person is Andrew Lewis. He is a sailing Olympic athlete, but he is much, much more than that. I have two phenomenal human beings today in the conversation. Don, Andrew, welcome to both of you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Glad to be here, Stella.
Really,
Glad to be here.
real glad to be here, Don said. I'm gonna start by saying, Stella, it is an honor and a blessing to not only know you, but to come on, spend this time with you. First of all, congratulations for taking the big steps to take this initiative up to tell the world people's great stories, good vibes, good energy. And I just want to say something. You look beautiful today over there. You are in
Thank you,
red,
Andrew.
white, and black. You look stunning. The light is shining on you. Your energy is amazing. You are amazing. I could feel
Wow.
you through here. I could feel you through here. From the time you came on the camera, I could feel you through here. I want to say this is what life is about. Radiating positive love, energetic, doing good things from your heart. You have come here for one purpose. I could feel it from here. You've come here to spread a message of love. So well done for making that step. Well done. And thanks for wearing our colors.
Colors, yeah. And Andrew, I could just add to that. I just put it in 3 words. You know, Stella, you're in full flight. You're in full flight. You know, that's what you are. You're in full flight. Of course, you could tell very quickly I love the eagle, but you are in full flight. And really it's a joy for Andrew and I to join you on this mission that you are. And the fact that, you know, you're doing it, you're going forward. Actually, I think it's a real testimony of the kind of person that you are. So we're just so happy to support you.
Thank you so much, Andrew, Don. You know, we met during the positive moments that you were running 16 full sessions. And I had my first question to both of you was like, how did you keep that big commitment to keep on going until the end of the 16 sessions that you committed on the first day? Where did you find your drive? Did something happen to you? You know, where did you find that drive to keep on going, whatever was going on in the world? Maybe Andrew, you want maybe to start?
Sure, I will start with pleasure. First of all, I don't do this for me. My inspiration is the other people that have the opportunity to experience what Don and myself have been able to do. I'll be completely honest with you. I felt like growing up, a lot of things I was taught about doing things for yourself so you as a person can grow. And especially being an Olympic athlete, the journey is encouraged by certain people to be a selfish person. You just think about yourself, eat, sleep, train, eat, sleep, train. Everybody else take a backseat so you can be the best you can be. And even to the point where they're telling me some people say you can't have a girlfriend, you shouldn't have relationships. These are distractions. These are distractions. And I was listening to these things as a young boy, and as I grew up, I realized that these things were making me the human being that I am not.
Wow.
And I realized step by step that I am not here. I'm not existing because of myself. I'm existing because my parents put me here. The Lord gave my parents the gift to create me. And therefore, each one of us we are a seed. And we come with more seeds inside of us. And our seeds are not for us to grow our own plants, for us to continue to eat. Our seeds are for us to continue to share them. And I am just one of the Lord's fruits. And my fruit is designed to be the best athlete I can be while inspiring other people to be the best in whatever field there is. So while I thought I was put here for me and me only on this planet, that is totally incorrect. I was put here to be the best I can be amongst everybody else on this planet, coexisting in love.
Wow, coexisting in love. I love it. I'm so happy to have both of you today. Oh wow, oh wow. Don, where do you find your commitment?
Well, I'm inspired to do what I do, and I thank God for it daily. And every day I get up with a particular word. And Stella, you know, I'm going to go very quickly to a word because that's how, you know, that's how I explain myself best. I'm just smiling already, you know. But every single one of us, and I'm going to say this slowly, so I've been gifted with a unique ability with words. And every day I get up with a particular passion. And that word passion is really what I pass on. For a lot of people, the I remains hidden. That's why they get passed on. But we have to get that out. And we have a passion, and the passion is to help people be all that they can be. And all of us go through stuff. Every single one of us go through stuff. But when we go through stuff, it's not really for us. Hello, we have to learn from the experience, but it's really to help other people get through their stuff. And the fact that we're going through, it means we can get through. When we get through, that's how we get over. Some people want to get over before they go through. It doesn't work that way.
Oh, I was waiting for you to play with the words. Thank you so much, Don. Well, you touched on the fact that what we lived actually serves people, you know.
Yes.
It brings me to another question that I have, and maybe you can share both on that. When you are today and you look at your past, what is the gift that you did not see back then that today you can say, wow, if that wasn't there, whew, I wouldn't even, you know, see life as it is today?
I honestly, I really struggled in school. Really struggled in school, but I tried really hard. I tried very hard to be a better reader and a better writer. Just a human being who could comprehend better what the information being provided. And I realized that my desire to just not give up and just not stop trying to learn, it just so happened that my ability to comprehend these things I wanted to were just not as early as the other people around me at that point in time. And this leads me to life is not about, you know, short-term living. The people around me, I saw some people grow really fast up until high school or until around 15, 16 years old. Excellent in sports, excellent in school, and then a huge crash because it's as if they were peaking too early or not being taught that you're just going through high school and that's going to take you on to the next step. It's not a high school is the pinnacle of your life and then you reach the final. So I was trying to figure out what's happening. Why am I not learning or reading as fast as these other people, to realize that no, my path or my gift, as I would say, it's coming, and I'm living my gift now, and understand that it's in its perfect time right now. It's perfection. My past is perfection. There's nothing wrong with what I've done in the past. There's only opportunities to learn and grow, and it's taught me patience. It's taught me to be patient in what I do. I know Don is going to touch on the word patience because I can see this through the phone.
I can see him like, what is
I'm just going to stop. I'm going to stop right there.
Oh gosh.
Thank you, Andrew.
You know, oh gosh, you know, he puts me on the spot, Stella, he puts me on the spot. But what I love being put on the spot, if you spell spot backwards, you still come out tops. So life has put us on the spot a lot. And for me, we spend a lot of time growing up, you know, we all have a past, we all have a history. And for me, I was looking at everybody else. And one sure way of not achieving is keep looking at other people.
Wow.
And what I realize is that I have to start to look at me and to use what I have. I do have some gifts and I do have unique tools as well. But I spend so much time because my parents, I came from a broken home. And I literally hated, things like Christmas. And so I didn't like to hear joy in a family simply because I did not have that joy myself. And it hurt me a lot. I look at everybody. I may have looked at somebody like Andrew and then say, oh, he has it better. He has a different skin color and he's better and this and that. All sorts of, not realizing my own beauty, not realizing that I have things that I could give to, but I first had to discover who I was meant to be. So going through my pain, I went to school. And then a music teacher, you know, we all have an aha moment in life. And my aha moment is quite simply, a music teacher came to class, new music teacher with the recorder. And I was hurting, so I was trying to hurt as many people as possible, whichever way, and hurt them with my words. I had a gift for words. Our gift is with us from very young. And I didn't know, if you don't know how to use the gift, you'll abuse the gift. So I decided to abuse the gift in her class, and I started to give trouble. And she brought me to the front of the class. And I said to myself, you know, if you bring a clown to the front on a stage, you'll get a performance. So I took the recorder and I blew the recorder just holding it with 2 fingers, and I blew the recorder. And that lady said to me, Don Foucade, blow it again. And I said, what? I said, but can't she see I'm playing the fool? So I blew even harder. And then what she did, she took my fingers and she put them over the holes on the recorder. And she says, come on, use the same energy and blow again. The sound that came out the recorder was different. And she taught me, that was my aha moment. With the same energy, I can make music. And La Foucade, a rotten beginning, doesn't have to be a rotten ending. And my life was forever changed. I'm now able to speak around the world.
Wow.
I don't have to hurt people, I can help people. And Stella, what I know will be very interesting for you, Andrew and I, on our paths crossed. And Andrew, you know, I know he's going to share his story and so as well. Not to jump ahead of any questions, but you know, one word with Andrew and I made a life difference. And I mean, Andrew will probably share that word, but that one word, and that time when Andrew needed that word the most, I mean, it was make or break for him. It was either a chance to go back to a second Olympics, or it was the end of a career. And everybody, and we have to be careful who we allow around us, because there's some people telling Andrew, you can't, you can't, you can't. And if you know Andrew as well as I do, when you tell Andrew no can't, every no he gets, he would use the no. He would take the N and the O, turn it around and go on.
Wow. Oh, wow.
It's you know, I thank you very much for those kind words, Don, and recognizing who I am. And that's completely true. You know, these no's fuel and turn on things in me that that sometimes they need to be turned on for me to excel. But what has allowed us, you know, and this is what I love the most, what I really think has allowed Don and I to complete all these webinars and commit to Positive Moments with Andrew and Don season 1 and get through all of it, and not only get through it for the sake of getting through, but get through it with a purpose, get through it with energy, get through it with a reason, is that we have committed to one another. Don and I committed to each other that we are going to do this. And this is a true testimony that if we can come together and make agreements with one another, and you commit to me and I commit to you, we have something to show up for. We have somebody to show up for, versus working on your own and just trying to do everything on your own. I hate people use the word self-made. It doesn't exist. You're put here by 2 people. The word self, impossible to exist when you put it by 2 people. You're put here by 2 people. So therefore you have to understand, we gotta build relationships. No relationship in life is designed to last forever, because you're not here forever. But what you can do is leave a forever experience of love on the past relationships. You could always leave a long, infinite feeling on someone's life, because that message could be transferred from generation to generation, as you've seen by some of the biggest leaders in the world. That's all Don and I did. We committed to each other. We're gonna do this number of sessions. We're gonna do it our best, and we're gonna and Don is gonna reply to all the emails, and I will work on this part of them, and we'll just do our best. Well, I'm in Spain and Don is in Trinidad. That doesn't matter. We committed to each other. We'll do it our best, and we will learn from it, and we'll go again, and we'll go again. And that's it. And that's it. And we'll take it, evolve it, and make it a better and better in whatever we do. And if that doesn't happen, it would have a long-term experience in our life that will forever have made us closer and build a relationship in whatever we do.
Wow.
Commitment.
Wow, I'm so touched by what you're saying, and I realize how much you two have. You're really close, and I guess this is one fundamental important piece, even in life, to find that person how did you find each other? How does one find the right person, you know?
Wow. I could jump in very quickly, and it's very simple to understand. And of course, I'm not going to do it in a word. But you see, many people are out here to compete and to compete with the other. Yes, for example, we are a small island. And yes, the markets that we might interact with are very, very similar. And of course, there'll be a lot of cross-fertilization. We know a lot of people, or the same places that we visit and so. But we are not here to compete. We are here to complete, help each other complete the journey. And if you look at the word complete, right, and look at the word compete, in the word compete, there's no L, there's no love. So if we don't have the love, how could we be complete? So what we do is to help complete each other. And that's what we do. Andrew has his strengths, and we all have strengths. Right? There are things I would do with the emails and so on. And then technically, there are things Andrew would design and the logos, and Andrew is fantastic at that. And we recognize each other for that, and we help each other. And where we have flaws in inverted commas, we share that with each other. We're very, very open. We're very, very open, and we share if we like stuff or we don't like stuff. And that helps us. It helps the relationship to grow, right? And then after grow, all I can tell you is it will grow. So as we start to go, and then we grow, and then we get to glow after a while, because there's no competition, right? It's only a completion of the goal that we set ourselves.
Wow. And I will add a little bit more there, because Don is so, I'm talking about this conversation can end right now, and that's life. That is exactly what Don said, that's life. To the point I have realized in my country, and I don't say this in a bad way, everyone experiences things in different ways, that there is a stigma around the world of athletes that, when athletes succeed, they must have the whole country arrive in the airport for them. They must have their own house. They must have their own this. They must have their own that. They must be celebrated almost like a god in some ways. That's how athletes kind of think in this country. The fact is, I started sailing for the love of my sport, for the love of connecting with the ocean, for the love of doing what I do, doing that skill set. The byproducts, which is also part of what I call the responsibility, they may be money, they may be mentorship, they may be different opportunities to make this place or this country a better place. The concept of expecting to be celebrated is not a byproduct of what you do. If people want to celebrate you, no problem. But what I do as an athlete, I don't do it to be celebrated. I do it for the love of the sport. And I will do it forever for the love of the sport, for the opportunity to connect to the ocean and go out there and train and have this lifestyle. So if nobody shows up in the airport with me when I win a medal, or the whole country shows up in the airport with me when I win a medal, in the end of the day, I'm still grateful. Because it's not about that. It's about the opportunity to sharpen my skill set that the Almighty has given me. And once I sharpen the skills and I get very, very good at it, I then begin to share. And that's it. So as we get better and better, everything we do, I was working with a big CEO recently. He has the great car, the great house. He's divorced and he has 2 children. He has no relationship with his children. He said, Andrew, how do you manage to balance family and sport? I said, it's pretty simple. I understand what gives me purpose and value here. I said, why did you go buy that new car? He said, I thought it would make me feel better. Did it? Well, maybe for the first day or 2, and then I realized I was just another car. But human connection is impossible to compare to a physical item, to things that you could only touch and feel or give you no emotion back. We got to build relationships with human beings, and that's what will make us feel complete. That's what will make us feel purpose. That was what will give us a sense of living here. So when you build your skill set, you return the favor to the others who would like to do the same. As you're going, nothing in life you're going into it. Everything in life you're going through it. I can't take my Olympic medal to heaven with me. I can only take these medals that I achieve and motivate others to win their own too. But the medal I can take to the heavens with me is that medal's up there already. The gold medal the Almighty has given me, which is my heartbeat. That is what life is about.
Wow. Huh. So much to hear from when we listen to you. And you talked about, it brings me like to ask the question, you talked about being celebrated, you know, that you didn't start what you're doing to be celebrated. And it got me questioning myself. You know, when people start, they have a project, they have to start somewhere. There's no one to celebrate you when you're starting. And I think we are, I guess, in a society where there's like a piece of us, there's like, we're waiting for fans, you know, we're waiting for likes. And I was wondering, how does one start without the likes, without the celebration, you know? Because there's nobody when you start to celebrate you. Where do you find your strength at that moment?
I could say very quickly, when Andrew contacted me to start first to do Positive Moments with Andrew and Don, we had a choice to go, for example, on Instagram, and then he has a certain number of followers, I have a certain number of followers, and we made it very clear it was not about the followers, but it was about the message. And we said, if we start with a few people, the few people can have a ripple effect, but we really want it to be meaningful and not just all the glamour and glitter around it. So we made a very bold decision, even with the sponsor, to say to the sponsor, look, yes, you all have different platforms, and yes, you all want your numbers to grow and try to look a certain way, and to say that you're making this investment in people, and we were not about that. And we see what happened to what we have to be true to our vision. We have to be true to that original dream. And once you're true to that original dream, you'll start sometimes with an audience of one. It's not about the numbers. The numbers don't matter. The numbers come. The celebration and so in the airport Andrew's referring to, that's a byproduct of what he does. But he's not doing it for that. And we should never let that be our goal. Because the same people who can praise you today can pull you down tomorrow. You know, there are times they're all around you, and then there are times they push away from you. You know, there's some certain celebrities now that people won't go and take a picture with because of the, you know, in terms of what is in their core and the mistakes that they would have made and so. So we want to make sure what we're doing is pure. We want to make sure that it helps, importantly, helps other people become all that they can be. And that's what I admire about Andrew. It's not about the stardom, it's not about the autographs. Yeah, we have to sign things, and it's not about that. But it's about helping other people see their value. I mean, that's when you can't spell the word value without you. You can't spell the word success without you. So every you outside there is able to have a success. And true success for me, and that value, that true success, is finding out why it is you're born and using that for the benefit of other people. It's not about you. It's about other people. And that's something I love about Andrew, because Andrew is always willing to help somebody else. That's why when he reached out on the hospital bed, I had to be there for Andrew. I had to be there for Andrew. And I know Andrew is there for me as well, wherever he can be. And that's what it's about. You know, so I know Andrew's going to add to that as well, but it's not about, we keep to our purpose. There's like a goal in our heart that we've been blessed with, a goal that we've been given. And whether the crowds come or not, whether the crowds are there or not, whether people are shouting our names, whether people are asking for autographs, we're going to continue to do what we're blessed to do. And there's always going to be somebody, even if a sponsor changes or whatever, there's going to be somebody there whose intent is to make a meaningful difference. And hey, we're there with you.
Wow.
You know, Stella, what Don just said there, Don, so strong, so true. Thank you for bringing that up, Don, because that is real. And you know what else is real? Human connection. You know what is not real? Likes and followers. That's not real. This is in a world, this is called the cyber world. Yes, we're able to connect right now. You're in Belgium, we're in Trinidad and Tobago. This is real. We're humans connected with one another. But that like button, that follow button, do not be confused by it. That is algorithms. And most people don't understand algorithms and how it works. And in theory, these platforms, I'm not saying this one, there are many platforms out there that will penalize you for doing the good things. So don't look for the likes and followers. If you're doing a good thing, continue to do the good thing and good things will happen. And I say that very importantly because a lot of people try to go with the trends. What is new? You know, well, I'm going to go with this guy singing this music over here. I'm going to go and try and produce music for him because he is more popular. But is that in the true essence of what you really want to do, or you are just looking for significance? Because all of us, everybody, human beings, want to find one thing. We want to find our significance on this planet. Once we find our significance, we're good to go. But with this virtual, invisible world, we sometimes get blinded by our true significance. And we get caught up with what our friends are doing and what is trendy. Versus, I have a great example of a young guy I was working with. He's fantastic in cooking, amazing cooking. At maybe 10 or 11 years old, I want to be a chef. I want to be a chef. And all of a sudden, he reached 16 years old, and all his friends are playing sports and becoming footballers. So he all of a sudden is like, well, no one is recognizing me as a chef. Everyone's recognizing me because I'm on a football team. And with a chef, you're alone. Sometimes you have to start alone and continue your journey alone. I'm in a boat by myself, going around the world, competing with Trinidad by myself. But what people don't realize, inside that boat is a humongous team. Dawn is part of that team. You can't see Dawn on the boat, but Dawn is inside the boat because Dawn is on my team. Don't be confused by the team as the face. Don't be confused by the leader who is just the face of a mission. Every successful campaign, every successful journey, every successful person has a humongous team behind them, and you're not going to see that. So don't be running towards the football team, young man, who is thinking, well, I want to be seen because I have a team of footballers around me. That's not your skill set. As a matter of fact, he's really bad at football. But just because he feels part of something as a group, he wants to be there. And I've got him to come back to his cooking now and help him understand that his cooking is his specialty. You keep cooking, brother. You'll get in a restaurant. And when you cook for these people in the restaurant, you'll have your audience. And yes, you'll be behind in the kitchen, but you look out. Look at a great meal. Someone eating a great meal. Look at their facial expression. They just hit handbrakes. They pause. Just all of a sudden, they stop. Wow, who cooked this food? Find that chef. Call him out with me. You will be recognized eventually. So be patient. Don't do it for the likes and followers. Do it for the love. You have a gift. Really take your gift and amplify it and master it, because that is what's going to give you a true purpose. If we're focusing on this virtual world, we're going to end up probably as a virtual human being, and virtual people cannot be seen. We exist here in real life. So do your things. Do it in real life.
Wow, Andrew. I'm loving this conversation.
Stella, I could just add to something Andrew said there. Two things he said. He used the word gift, G-I-F-T. And that first letter is G, and I will say that's God. And after the G, there's I, and after the I, there's F. I and F will give you F. I and T will give you it. Every single gift, God has given us a gift, but if we use it, it's not up to God, it's up to us. And guess what? You can't spell gift without an F, an I, and a T, so every gift will fit. So it's very important we fit into where our gift is going to be recognized or whichever, celebrated or whatever. But that's where our gift is meant to be. Our gift is not for everybody. And Andrew is gifted in the water. I'm gifted doing certain things. Stella, you're gifted doing certain things. Every single person on the earth has a special gift or talent. And your life should be to find that gift or talent and let that gift be a blessing to other people. And then to be able to face reality, because reality is real, it, and why. If we're not real from the very beginning, right, the it will just end up asking why at the end.
Okay. Wow.
So keep it real. Keep it real.
Keep it real. We got to keep it real from the very beginning. Be real to the focus. Andrew's focus. I'm focused. And we always remind ourselves, what is the purpose of this here? You know, Stella, we've gotten some feedback from positive moments with Andrew and Dawn. And it has been really life-changing to us. And it helps us even remain more on the mission, because we realize what an impact this little webinar, 1 hour webinar, can make in the lives of other people. You know, and we're not doing it for the feedback, but we get the feedback. And we realize, hey, we have to just keep very, very true. And what we do, Stella, we love to have somebody else showcase their talents. That's what Andrew and I spend all the time doing, having somebody else in the spotlight, because they have a story to tell. Everybody has a story to tell. From the time you say hi and story is history. Everybody has some story together that they have to tell, and we have to listen to other people's story, because we could learn from them too. I'm learning always from Andrew's story. Andrew's learning from my story. I'm learning from your story too, Stella. And I want to congratulate you again, Stella, for still doing it afraid, still going on in spite of. You know what I mean? Your confidence, Stella. When I look at you and I see Ted, I will say, but Andrew, did you see that? Did you see her email? Andrew, did you see this stuff on Stella? I see, but Stella, I mean, oh, Stella is the Prime Minister of Belgium. I mean, who's and Stella is so down to it and so lovely, Andrew. I know that really appeals to us. And the fact that Stella, you are so approachable in spite of whatever you would achieve. That's why we jump into a conversation with you and can't stop talking.
And you know, exactly what Don has said there, because recently, as an athlete, all day long you're talking about yourself. Andrew, how is sailing? How is training? How is this? What are you up to? Where are you going next? So I started doing this year, where the commentators would be like, so Andrew, how are things going? And I'll turn around and say, no, how are you? And they'd be like, what do you mean, how am I? So I'm going to do it right now. Stella, how are you? I know this is your show. We want to hear about you. How are you, Stella? How's
You know what?
Stella's job?
I am doing.
Tell us about this inspiration.
You guys, I wasn't expecting this. Listen, I am doing fabulously great. You know, I can feel that the three of us, you know, I feel that we are creating something which is going to touch other people. And just the fact of being so distant, you know, but at the same time so close today, it just makes it so special. It just makes it so special. And I have no idea where all this will lead, but I know that the people who are going to listen to us will be touched, you know. I just can't wait. I just can't wait for people to listen to you, and just, yeah, it's a really special moment today.
Does this make you feel excited?
Absolutely. You know,
does this make you feel like a kid again?
Yes, like a kid again.
This is what life is about.
Yes.
We are on this planet to play. If you're not going to work to play, then you're not doing it right. You can There's a concept in Trinidad where when 4 p.m. hits, it's just, I'm out. You gotta have that mentality where it's almost like you don't even want to leave work, having so much fun. Your purpose is so alive that you have to leave work, but you can't wait to get back there tomorrow, and you're going to home. And then you reach home and you're with your family and friends. You don't want to leave there because you're so excited and so in love. And then you find that balance of play and love and play and love. And I'm out there teaching people that I'm playing all day. I'm a big kid out here and I'm playing. This is what life is about. I go on the water. I had a great playing session yesterday. I had an interview this morning. I was playing with them on the interview.
Awesome.
Everything I'm cooking, I'm playing. I have my music, I'm dancing. This is what life's about. You got to find your playground and play. And play hard. And play hard. And when you play hard, you get better at playing. And you understand that life is just a joy. But we cannot get lost in what's real play. Don't get lost in what is not real and what is real. We gotta play in the real places. And while we're playing, it's that much more fun to play with our friends. You build friends and you play together. And that's what we're doing here. We have created a circle. I met you, you met Don, and all of a sudden 3 of us are playing here months later. Well, let's continue to play.
Yes.
It's amazing that you're bringing up that part of playing as a child, because one of the questions I was curious to ask both of you is, if you had, I think I already asked you that question, Andrew, but I'm just going to ask it again. If you had your little self, let's say 10-year-old self in front of you, what would you tell him?
Well, you know, I just jump in quickly to say this, you know. I would say that, you know, none of us are perfect and we make mistakes. And if you spell the word mistake without the M, there is something we can take, and we have to get the lessons that life brings. And I'm not perfect, Andrew is not perfect, but we make mistakes. But guess what? You know, we can build upon these mistakes and then be more solid and be more purposeful in our lives. I would tell myself too, it's okay if you're real, if the letter U and real will give you failure. Take my little advice, okay? If you and real will give you failure if you mix it up, right? And we will have these failures, but life is not about the trials we go through, but it's about the trails we can help others follow. Wow. Right? It's not about the trials, it's about the trails. You know, we have trials, but they're meant to make trails for us and others to follow. You know, so I am really and truly I wish I knew back then what I know now. but I don't live in regret. And one thing I want to say that's very important, this time, this coronavirus is around the world. And for example, it might be faced like a storm. And storm is spelled S-T-O-R-M. And if you look at the eagle behind, the eagle flies better when there's a storm. If you spell the word storm without the R, you get storm. If you make a word out of it, you can make the most out of any storm that we face with. The R means we have to be responsible. At 10 years old, I needed to be more responsible. That's all I needed to be. But now I'm able to be more responsible, and that's helping other people to be responsible in spite of the storm.
And being responsible, that's fired on. That is amazing. That's making the most. That is amazing. And being responsible, as Don said, I have no regrets either. But being responsible for me as a 10-year-old would be telling myself, stop looking at what you don't have and start looking at what you do have. And amplify what you do have and stop worrying what you don't have. Because if you look at what you do have, first of all, you create extreme gratitude, and gratitude creates more of what you have. And if you were to realize, why am I not having this much friend? Why is the person not talking to me? Why can't I be good at sport? Why can't I read? Why can't I do this? Where am I going to go? Who am I going to be? Why my parents this? Why my sister that? No. Look at what you do have, appreciate what you do have, amplify what you do have, and let what you do have attract the things that you want in the future. If we keep amplifying what we don't have, we will not be understanding our true purpose on this planet, because we will be looking for things to fix what we already have. And we already have life. We have a heartbeat. Once you start by going inside, understand what you have in here, and operating from in here, then you could start to operate out here in a place of play. So take what you have and go and play every single day.
Wow. Wow. Stella, Andrew's going to make me do a little poem, I have to do let me just do four. No, because of what he did, I'm just going to say that, right?
Go ahead.
And I'll say this. When faced with a worsening situation, do not cast blame in any direction, because after all, the next action is dependent upon your reaction. I'll say it again. When faced with a worsening situation, do not cast blame in any direction. After all, the next action is dependent upon your reaction. Life isn't what happens to us, but what we choose to do about what happens to us. Many people just look at what happens to them and then they stay there, okay? Many people just stay right there, but we have to get up. Let's not blame. Hello, don't be lame and blame anybody. We shouldn't do that. We shouldn't do that. You know what I mean? Blame always ends up by me. So guess what I do with the blame? I take out the ME and I get blah. I make a word out of blah and I get lab. And what do you do in a lab study? So blame is another chance to study my response, because again, life is not what happens to you, but what you choose to do about it.
Oh,
Amen.
Wow. I would carry on with this conversation for days, 24/7, to be honest, really. And I'm just so happy and feel so honored that we had a piece of your time today, just to have your feedback on your experience. I am sure that people who are going to listen to us are going to be inspired, and Andrew, Don, thank you so much. Before we end, is there any last thing that you want to say and that I did not ask about to get people, moving towards what they believe in?
But because Don is such a strong finisher when it comes to his words, I'll go first and let Don end with his amazing gift. I just want people to really start to tune in this planet that's growing so fast. The people say that COVID-19 has slowed down the planet. The planet is growing at a rate. The planet is evolving at a rate. Turn on your consciousness. Turn on your awareness and start to tune in much, much more with what's real. And you could look at it as a simple thing. From your food, if it grows from the earth, that's real. If a human being is created from two people, that's real. If it's in the cyberspace and you can't see it, that's not real. Find your senses to become a real human being, because we have heartbeats. Our phones don't. Our computers have no heartbeat, but our friends do. Interacting with human being is real. Loving human being is real. But loving a phone or loving a virtual device and expecting likes and followers to love you back is not real. Love one another for who we are, spread love, spread positivity, and allow your seeds to help others grow.
Wow, wow, wow. You know, Stella, Andrew and I are really blessed to be part of this program with you. And I just want for the benefit of your audience, because you're going to be doing these conversations. And I just want everybody, because you know, Stella is the host. And we look at Stella, Stella is S-T-E-L-L-A. And I'll tell you something, S-T is the beginning of start, is also the beginning of stop. But Stella's name is not S-T alone, it's E-L-L-A. And the fact that Stella wanted to, you know, make the effort to go forward in life, guess what? She gets E, she gets everything. And that everything, the L-L-A backwards is all. So I want you to give your all to life. Life is not what happens to you, what you choose to do about it. And I want to tell you as well to hold your dream. Dreams become a reality for those who do more than just dare to dream. I'll say it again. Dreams become a reality for those who do more than just dare to dream. And what's happening here, the reason that we are connecting again and again, and we connect again and again, is because Stella, you are willing to always do more, not just for yourself, but more for other people. And we think this program, Andrew, we believe this is really going to be blessed. There's going to be no limit to the lives that you're going to touch. And we just Andrew and I celebrate you. There are times when people are tolerated and there are times when they're celebrated. We are celebrating you, Stella, for your efforts. And we are just so happy to come on today and be a part. So I'll say it like this: some creep, some crawl, some walk, some run. I know our discussion involves some fun, but much to my delight, all who will see this and the other programs will thinking of you as the eagle in full flight.
Wow, what an ending. Andrew, Don, thank you for being part of this conversation. I'm really looking forward to our next time. I don't know what will happen, but I know that we will come together again with the audience, the people who are listening to us. But thank you so much for today. Thanks, Andrew.
You're most welcome.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. God bless everybody. Lots of love.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, folks. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.